So you guys can start putting your names in the chat box as a sign of attendance. ठीक है? So एक एक करके अपने अपने नाम chat box में डालना शुरू कर दो. Ma'am, where we have to submit assignments on Google Classroom. Google Classroom पे ही assignment सब submit करने हैं. So what you will do is you will write the whatever assignment is there, right? There are two assignments. So you will write them down. You will take the picture. उसको as a PDF compile करोगे and then you will upload it in Google Classroom. Attachment का वहाँ पर option आता है Google Classroom में. You have to just attach it over there. ठीक है? तो we will get your assignments. Google Classroom पे ही सब करना है. All your reference materials, your PPTs, research papers, everything will be available on Google Classroom. At the same time, you have to upload all your assignments, everything there itself. ठीक है? Okay. Fine. So hopefully you guys are having no issue with the assignments. ठीक है? Since 2 दिन में you have to submit it. In case anyone is still having any doubts, please ask and then submit. Okay? ठीक है. Okay, just hang on for a couple of seconds. I'm trying to present, but who need that? Just give me a minute. Okay. So hopefully the screen is visible to everybody. Okay, this is the syllabus that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So I'm starting a new unit, that is bioinformatics from paper 4. So the code is 104.3. But before we start with bioinformatics, we will have a short revision on biomolecules. Okay, because bioinformatics involves a lot of proteins and DNA and everything. So I thought that first we'll have a revision on biomolecules, since some of you may be from like chemistry background, या फिर बहुत time हुआ है since you guys have I don't know, stopped studying. So even for micro and biotech students, this will be kind of a revision. ठीक है? Just let me know if the screen is visible to you guys. कोई तो एक unmute करके मुझे बोल दो कि visible है करके. Okay, ठीक है. So we're starting with the biomolecules. Okay. So what are biomolecules? They are chemicals or molecules that are present in the living organisms that are known as biomolecules. So हमारे body में, yeah, all the living systems like animals, and there are plants and human beings as well, we have different chemicals that are present in our body, and those are known as biomolecules. The sum total of different types of biomolecules, compounds, and ions that are present in a cell is called a cellular pool. So what is a cellular pool? जितने भी biomolecules हमारे body में है, we will see one by one, plus the compounds and whatever reactions take place in our body, the ions that are present, all of them when they're present in a cell, all of that is called as the cellular pool. So there are so many cells in our body, right? So each cell will have its own cellular pool. Okay. Then biomolecules, they are differentiated into organic. First is organic. Under organic, what kind of biomolecules do we have? Carbohydrates, lipids, amino acids, proteins, enzymes, nucleotides, nucleic acids, vitamins. Organic compounds, organic molecules क्या होते हैं? They have CHO present in them, right? Inorganic में क्या है? Minerals, gases, and water. I think just a second. Okay, so this is what happens when you join late. ठीक है, just resume. ओके, ठीक है। तो ऑर्गेनिक और इनऑर्गेनिक होते हैं, राइट? सो ऑर्गेनिक इज what are organic molecules? They will contain the CHO backbone. So there are carbohydrates, lipids, amino acids, proteins, enzymes, nucleotides, nucleic acids, and vitamins. And under inorganic biomolecules which are present in our body, we have minerals, gases, and water. Right? We are made up of water. So water is also a biomolecule. Next classification is micromolecules and macromolecules. So under what are micromolecules? They basically have a low molecular weight, somewhere between 18 to 800 daltons. उसके अंदर क्या क्या आते हैं? Minerals, gases, water, sugars, amino acids, and nucleotides. And under macromolecules, they are high molecular weight. They are above 10,000 daltons. The molecular weight is above 10,000 daltons. That is why they are called macromolecules. What are the examples? Carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. If you observe, sugars, amino acids, and nucleotides, they are what? The building blocks. And carbohydrates, lipid, proteins, nucleic acids, they are the complex molecules which are made up of these building blocks. Okay, वो भी हम देखेंगे. So what are the major complex molecules of cells? We have protein. The building block is amino acid. What is the major function of proteins? Basic structure and functioning of the cell. Right? DNA, it is made up of deoxyribonucleotide. What is the major function of DNA? To carry hereditary information, right? To transform it from one generation to the next. Then RNA is made up of ribonucleotide. It is mainly concerned with protein synthesis. Then polysaccharides, they are made up of monosaccharides, nothing but your sugars, carbohydrates. There is storage form of energy. And lipids are made up of fatty acids and glycerol. Again, the major function is to store energy, to meet long-term demands. That is when polysaccharides or sugars are not available or carbohydrates is not available, then the energy which is stored in lipids is utilized by the body. So the first biomolecule is carbohydrates. Okay, you can easily understand because I have put the picture of glucose, galactose, and fructose. These are nothing but sugars or carbohydrates, right? So they have a CHO backbone, so they are organic biomolecules. They're the most abundant organic molecules that are found in nature, right? They're found in humans as well as in animals and plants. They're defined as organic substances having CH and O, wherein H and O are in the ratio of 2:1 as found in H2O. What are the basic functions of carbohydrates? They're the most abundant source of energy. Almost 4 calories per gram energy is provided by carbohydrates to the body. They're the precursors for many organic compounds like fats and amino acids. They're present as glycoproteins and glycolipids in the cell membrane and function such as cell growth and fertilization. They're present as structural components like the cellulose in plants, right? Exoskeleton in some insects, cell wall of microorganisms. Then the storage form of energy, that is glycogen, right? To meet the energy demands of the body. So जो भी energy होता है, produce होता है, बनता है हमारे body में, it is all stored in the form of glycogen, which will later be utilized after a number of metabolic pathways. We will get energy to carry out various functions. So they are further classified into monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. So monosaccharides are what? Mono, as the name suggests, just one unit, right? Basic units. So they cannot be hydrolyzed into smaller because वो सबसे छोटा unit होता है. That's why it is mono means one and saccharides is sugars. They're based on the number of C atoms and carbon atoms, and based on the type of functional groups, there are n number of monosaccharides. Then you have oligosaccharides, which can be further hydrolyzed. They're like small chains of sugars, like disaccharides, trisaccharides, and tetrasaccharides. Disaccharides क्या होते हैं? उनमें 2 sugars होते हैं. Trisaccharides में 3 and tetra में 4. So in the structure you will have 4 sugars. In tri you will have 3, and in di you will have 2. Polysaccharides means too many number of monosaccharides. They all come together and they form polysaccharides. They are non-crystalline, they are non-soluble in water. इसका क्या मतलब होता है? वो पानी में soluble नहीं है. It will not dissolve in water. It is tasteless, and on hydrolysis, it will give molecules of monosaccharides. For example, starch and cellulose. Since they are made up of so many number of monosaccharides, when you will hydrolyze it, you will get individual units of monosaccharide. Most common example is starch and cellulose. Okay, the next is proteins. Proteins are very important biomolecules of the body, and please pay a little more attention to proteins because bioinformatics में proteins बहुत सुनने मिलेगा. ठीक है, so just be very clear. If you have any doubts, please ask me. So they're the most abundant organic molecules of the living system. They form about 50% of the dry weight of the cell. They're the most important for the architecture and functioning of the cells. They're polymers of amino acids, which means what? That proteins are made up of amino acids. So n number of amino acids will come together and they will form your proteins. Collagen is the most abundant animal protein and Rubisco is the most abundant plant protein. Protein synthesis is controlled by DNA, जो हम थोड़े डिटेल में आगे देखेंगे कि कैसे होता है, ठीक है? So how is a protein made or how is a protein synthesized in our body? It is all because of the DNA. तो DNA की वजह से और DNA से we get the proteins. Cells enzyme, तो DNA की वजह से और DNA से we get the proteins. Apart from cells, most of the enzymes, regulatory and structural parts of the body are made up of proteins. So तुमने कभी सुना होगा, I'm sure about it, especially microbiotech students must have heard about it, that all enzymes are protein, but all proteins are not enzymes, right? Enzymes are always made up of proteins, are proteinaceous substances. Okay, and also all the regulatory parts and the structural parts are made up of proteins. What are the basic functions of proteins? Digestion. How digestion proteins are important for digestion? That you have to search. Okay, that is your like a homework kind of a thing. Then movement. It is also involved in movement. Proteins like for example. Who is joined? ठीक है, तो मैं कहाँ थी? Correct. Digestion. So especially enzymes, ठीक है, हम जो भी हमारा digestive system होता है, okay, जो हमारा digestive system होता है and digestion occurs, it all takes place due to n number of enzymes, ठीक है? So that's why proteins come in action. Then movement, especially if you have heard myosin and all these tubules, so the movement of some biomolecules is done with the help of proteins. Okay, so that protein will carry that particular biomolecule or some molecule or a hormone, and it will take it to or transport it to another part in the body, especially in your muscles. Then structure and support, especially when we talk about the basic structure of cells, ठीक है, तो उसमें proteins are important. Then cellular communication, and they act as messengers. ठीक है, those are the basic functions of your proteins. In depth, you have to find out what it is. ठीक है. Then protein structure. The structure of a protein is mainly composed of long chains of amino acids. Like हमने already देखा हुआ है कि we know that proteins are made up of amino acids, but long chains of amino acids. The structure and position of amino acids will give particular properties to the proteins. Now, depending on where that particular amino acid is and what position it is at, it will give particular properties to that particular proteins that it will make about. Amino acids are made up of amino functional group, that is your NH2, and a carboxyl group, that is COOH. They are linked together to form polypeptide chains. One or several of the chains fold differently to form a protein. So हमने first point में देखा है that long chains of amino acids, but these long chains of amino acid may fold and it will form a different form of protein or different kind of a protein. Amino acids are substituted methane. And इसका मतलब क्या है? Just like methane has 4 valencies, right? CH4, it has 4 valencies. The alpha carbon, where जहाँ पे alpha carbon होता है, they are occupied by one alpha carbon is occupied by hydrogen, one by amino group, that is NH2, one by COOH carboxyl group, and the 4th valency is fulfilled by a variable R group. That R group can be anything. Okay, now depending on which R group will come and join to the skeleton of the amino acid, you have different types of amino acids. Standard, there are 20 standard amino acids. Okay, all these properties of amino acids will decide the ultimate structure and function of the प्रोटीन्स, राइट। तो हमने देखा है कि अमीनो एसिड का जो प्रॉपर्टी है इट विल डिपेंड ऑन, आई मीन द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ अ प्रोटीन विल डिपेंड ऑन द स्ट्रक्चर एंड पोजिशन ऑफ योर अमीनो एसिड्स, राइट। So again, they will decide like what is the chemical nature of that particular amino acid. Like, is it acidic, is it basic, or is it neutral? Depending on that, you will get the final structure and the function of your different proteins. So first is your primary structure. Like you can see, it is a long single linear chain, polypeptide chain, right? That is just a simple primary structure, बहुत ही basic सा linear सा है. One end is your amino group, one end is your carboxyl group, ठीक है? And if there is a change in a single amino acid, ठीक है, अगर यहाँ पर कहीं पे कोई दूसरा amino acid अगर होता, तो मतलब कैन यू सी दिस R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, R6, इसकी जगह पे if there are some other amino acids, so what will happen, the entire protein which is formed or the polypeptide chain will differ, ठीक है, it will completely change. उसका स्ट्रक्चर linear ही रहेगा, but उसका जो function है that will change. Okay. Second is your secondary structure. You can see there is alpha helix and there is a pleated sheet. Okay, तो कैसे फॉर्म होता है, दे आर फॉर्म्ड बाय हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग. Okay, this secondary structures, if you can see there are, yes,
Can't see your slide.
you can't see the slide, सब किसी को नहीं दिख रहा.
मैम प्रोटीन्स वाला दिख रहा है, बट उसके बाद वाला जो आप बता रहे स्ट्रक्चर्स वो नहीं है.
पहले क्यों नहीं बोला, मैं जब इतना बोल रही थी. अब दिख रहा है कि नहीं दिख रहा है?
नो मैम.
Okay, one second, I'll present it again. Wait. पहले क्यों नहीं बोला बाबा? Okay. Okay, अब दिख रहा है? Now can you see?
Yes.
अब दिख रहा है?
Yes मैम.
Okay, ठीक है. इतना पॉइंट सबको क्लियर है क्या? Hopefully it is clear, since you guys could not see the slide, or should have told. I can't see the slide. Okay, ठीक है. So I was talking about the primary structure. Okay, so it is just a linear chain, ठीक है, linear polypeptide chain. So I was saying that if there is a change in any one amino acid over here, as in R5 या R6 में कुछ change हो जाता है, the entire जो protein है वो change हो जाएगा. It will form another protein, and the function also will change. That was what I was talking about, the primary structure. Now about the secondary structure, there are two types. There is alpha helix and there is the pleated sheet, beta pleated sheet. Okay. So how does the secondary structure form? It forms by hydrogen bonds. ठीक है, हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड जो डॉटेड दिख रहे, they are all hydrogen bonds, and basically hydrogen bonding की वजह से we get secondary structures. Now how do you get the alpha helix secondary structure? It is when the amino acids, I mean there is a bonding between the hydrogen bonding is between every fourth amino acid. यानी कि if you take this linear structure 1, 2, 3 and 4, ये R1 और R4 के बीच में हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड बनेगा, and it will क्या हो जाएगा, it will हेलिक्स जैसा वो बन जाएगा. ठीक है, so R1 और R4 के बीच में हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड बनेगा, फिर there will be somewhere between R4 and R8. वैसे every fourth amino acid there will be hydrogen bonds between them. ठीक है, हर fourth amino acid के साथ के बीच में हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड्स बनेंगे and they will end up forming a alpha helix structure. ठीक है, when does the beta pleated sheet form? It is formed when there is a hydrogen bonding between the adjacent polypeptide chains. ठीक है, जब आजू बाजू के polypeptide chains के बीच में जब हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग होता है तब you get your beta pleated sheet. Okay, and when there is a hydrogen bonding between every fourth amino acid, you get your alpha helix structure. Now both are the secondary structures. Third is your tertiary structure. ठीक है, it is a little bit complex than the secondary structure. So it is your 3D shape basically. Later on, when we will see those structures on different sites, तब समझेगा the tertiary structure, the 3D structure. All right, and this happens when the polypeptide chains, they are under attractive and repulsive forces, okay, which are acting upon them, and they end up coiling with each other and forming the tertiary structure. Okay, now these forces that are the repulsive and the attractive forces, ये किसके बीच में हो रहा है? It is because and due to the different R groups of the amino acids. ठीक है, those R groups can be different, right, or they can be same. So what happens is, depending on their electric charge, they will have attraction and repulsion between each other. So that will end up in the amino acid chain or the polypeptide chain, coiling up and forming a 3D tertiary structure. Okay, and it is important. The tertiary structure of proteins is important for different functions. Next kind is your quaternary structure. ठीक है, क्वाटनरी स्ट्रक्चर में क्या होता है ना, अलग अलग टाइप के टर्शरी स्ट्रक्चर्स आके एक बड़ा सा कॉम्प्लेक्स स्ट्रक्चर बनाता है. दैट इज योर क्वाटरनरी स्ट्रक्चर. ठीक है, तो इसमें ये कब हो, हाउ इट हैपेंस इज, इट हैपेंस व्हेन there are different proteins, they are having multiple polypeptide chains. Okay, so बहुत सारे ऐसे बड़े छोटे छोटे से structures होते हैं, and they will all come together and combine to form a one large complex molecule. ठीक है, so this is how a quaternary structure will look like. So you can see there are two alpha structures and there are two beta structures. ठीक है, so there is you will anyways be studying all of this in a little more depth when Gitanjali ma'am will be taking mol bio unit. Okay, I'm just trying to revise so that thode concepts clear hai for bioinfo. Okay, so these are the four main structures of proteins. Moving on to amino acids. So as we've already seen, amino acids are the building blocks for proteins. They are organic compounds having two functional groups, NH2 and COOH. Right, NH2 group is basic and the COOH is acidic. There are 20 standard amino acids which are repeatedly found in the structure of proteins of animal, plant, or of the microorganisms. Now, if the R, like we had seen, like it is substituted methane, right? So, एक R group is NH2, one R group is COOH, right? So, एक R group जो तीसरा वाला रह जाता है, वो क्या होता है? R होता है. It can be anything. Right. So if that R becomes H, that particular amino acid will be glycine. If it becomes CH3, it will become an alanine. वो R जो है वो CH3 रहेगा. ठीक है. Similarly, hydroxymethylene serine. In others, it can be hydrocarbon chain or a cyclic group. Okay. All the amino acids contain C, that is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. But some additionally contain S, that is your sulfur. कभी कभी होता है, सारे अमीनो एसिड्स में C, H, O and N is common, but S कुछ कुछ अमीनो एसिड्स में S होता है. The physical and chemical properties of amino acids are due to the amino, carboxyl and the R functional groups. ये भी हमने previous slide में already देखा हुआ है. Amino acids are linked serially by the peptide bonds, which are formed between NH2 of one amino acid and the carboxyl. Yes.
मैम आपकी स्लाइड चेंज नहीं हो रही है.
I think there is a, मुझे लगता है ना नेटवर्क इशू बहुत है. Maybe that's why स्लाइड चेंज नहीं हुआ, because I've reached amino acid. अभी भी नहीं हुआ है?
नो मैम.
अभी नहीं हुआ कि हुआ?
हुआ.
Okay. I was talking about this. Okay, अब क्या करो पता है? When before I start a new one, just let me know कि दिख रहा है कि नहीं. Okay. ठीक है. So, like I was saying, amino acids are linked. They are linked by peptide bonds, and those peptide bonds are formed between the NH2 group of one amino acid and the COOH of the other amino acid or the adjacent amino acid. Chain having two amino acids linked by peptide is just called a dipeptide. Okay, like this. See, so there is this one amino acid here, and there is this another amino acid over here. Okay, so there is the COOH group, functional group of one amino acid and NH2 of the other. इन दोनों के बीच में basically peptide form बॉन्ड हो जाता है, आई मीन पेप्टाइड जो बॉन्ड है वो फॉर्म होता है, ठीक है। एंड व्हेन टू अमीनो एसिड्स आर इन्वॉल्व इट इज कॉल्ड एज अ डाइपेप्टाइड बॉन्ड, ठीक है। The sequence of amino acids that are present in a polypeptide is specific for a particular protein. अमीनो एसिड्स का जो सीक्वेंस होता है वो हर प्रोटीन के लिए यूनिक होता है, ठीक है, स्पेसिफिक होता है। सो व्हेन अ प्रोटीन इज फॉर्म्ड, ठीक है, आफ्टर व्हेन द डीएनए अंडरगोज ट्रांसक्रिप्शन ट्रांसलेशन, तभी जो प्रोटीन फॉर्म होता है, एंड अमीनो एसिड्स का जो सीक्वेंस होता है इट विल बी यूनिक फॉर एवरी प्रोटीन, ठीक है। इन केस कोई अमीनो एसिड का सीक्वेंस चेंज हो गया, द प्रोटीन which is formed will not be functional, ठीक है, या तो वो कुछ और ही फंक्शन करेगा which it is not intended to do. Alright, that was all about amino acids. Can you see the next slide which is about 7 types of amino acids? वो दिख रहा है
मैम?
दिख रहा है?
वो मैम।
ओके, अभी दिख रहा है स्क्रीन?
यस मैम।
Alright, ठीक है। So there are 7 types of amino acids, ठीक है, like I said, neutral होते हैं, acidic, basic होते हैं, then there is S containing, sulfur containing. तो एक एक करके देख लेंगे एग्जाम्पल के साथ। तो फर्स्ट इज अ न्यूट्रल अमीनो एसिड which contains one amino and one carboxyl group. That's what makes it neutral, right? Then because जो NH2 है वो basic है and the carboxyl group is acidic, जो हम ऑलरेडी देखा हुआ है. So if there are equal number तो वो न्यूट्रल हो जाएगा. For example, there is glycine, alanine, valine, leucine, isoleucine. एसिडिक में क्या होता है, एक एक्स्ट्रा कार्बोक्सिल ग्रुप रहेगा, यानी कि एक एक्स्ट्रा COOH ग्रुप रहेगा. एग्जाम्पल क्या है, एस्पार्टिक एसिड, एस्पार्जीन, ग्लूटामिक एसिड और ग्लूटामेट एंड ग्लूटामाइन. बेसिक में क्या होगा, एक अमीनो ग्रुप एक्स्ट्रा होगा, इट इज योर NH2 विल बी एक्स्ट्रा. एग्जाम्पल इज आर्जिनिन एंड लाइसिन. S containing में क्या होता है, they contain sulfur like cysteine and methionine. Alcoholic, they will have OH group like serine, threonine, tyrosine. Aromatic amino acids में क्या होगा, साइकिल रहेगा ना, aromatic molecular cycle रहेगा उसमें. तो एग्जाम्पल क्या है, phenyl, alanine and tryptophan. And heterocyclic में क्या रहेगा, they will have N in their ring structure like histidine and proline. Okay, lipids का स्लाइड दिख रहा है?
यस मैम।
Okay. Lipids are the chief concentrated storage form of energy, forming about 3.5% of the cell content. They are organic substances made up of fatty acids or derivatives of fatty acids, relatively soluble in water, insoluble in water, but they are soluble in organic solvents like alcohol and ether. So lipids क्या होते हैं? They are made up of fatty acids, right? And derivatives of fatty acids. So definitely lipids हमको पता है, common example है ghee, butter, right? They're insoluble in water. Oil, insoluble in water, it will form a different layer, right? But they are soluble in organic solvents like alcohol and ether. They contain hydrogen, carbon and oxygen atoms, CHO. Since they're organic, they will definitely have CH4, which forms the framework for structure and function of living cells. ठीक है? These organic compounds are non-polar molecules, soluble in non-polar solvents and insoluble in water because water is a polar molecule. In human body, these molecules can be synthesized in the liver and are found in oil, butter, whole milk, cheese, fried foods and in some red meat. ठीक है? Basically simple. तो पिक्चर में लिपिड बाइलेयर है, like you can see, okay, that is a lipid bilayer right here. ठीक है, ये जो स्ट्रक्चर दिख रहा है तुम लोगों को, दिस इज योर लिपिड बाइलेयर. ठीक है, ये जो बीच में टेल्स है, the ones in the center or in the middle, they are non-polar tails and they are hydrophobic. Hydrophobic क्या होता है, hydrophobic which cannot interact with water molecules, right? वो लोग water molecules के साथ interact नहीं कर सकते हैं, that is why they are inside. Whereas polar heads, they're hydrophilic, which means what? They are, those molecules can interact with water, and that is why they're on the outer side. Okay? This is your lipid bilayer basically. So non-polar tails and you have your polar heads. Since they can interact with water and since the tails cannot, since they're hydrophobic, they're inside. Next is your lipids. ठीक है? उसमें basic classification दिया हुआ है like fatty acids and glycerides, and fatty acids are further saturated, unsaturated. Glycerides are neutral and phosphoglycerides. Then you have non-glyceride lipids and complex lipids. Under non-glyceride lipids, we have waxes, sphingolipids, steroids. Under sphingolipids, you have sphingomyelins, glycolipids. Under complex lipids, we have lipoproteins. ठीक है? अब ये सैचुरेटेड फैटी एसिड्स क्या होते हैं? दे आर स्ट्रेट चेन ऑर्गेनिक एसिड्स. ठीक है? दे लैक डबल बॉन्ड्स, दैट इज व्हाई दे आर सैचुरेटेड. दे सॉलिड एट रूम टेम्परेचर लाइक बटर एंड मीट. ठीक है? उनमें डबल बॉन्ड्स नहीं होते. अनसैचुरेटेड क्या होते हैं? दे कंटेन एटलीस्ट वन डबल बॉन्ड. द लिक्विड एट रूम टेम्परेचर, फॉर एग्जांपल वेजिटेबल ऑयल. Glycerides, they are actually it's a misnomer. The actual name or term should be acyl glycerols. So what are they? They are esters which are formed from glycerol and fatty acids. ठीक है? जो ester जो form होता है between glycerol and with fatty acids, those are your acyl glycerols, and definitely they are hydrophobic in nature because they are fatty acids. Then we have waxes that are non-glyceride lipids. Waxes are lipophilic, means what? They are lipid loving. Okay? They're insoluble in water since they're hydrophobic. They're soluble in organic solvents and in non-polar solvents. Then we have sphingolipids. They're basically associated with the nervous system, with all your nerves. Those lipids are associated with your nerves basically. Steroids are man-made versions of biological chemicals or hormones. Okay? Those are your steroids. So basically they're also lipid in nature. Then sphingomyelins are found in the myelin sheaths. If you guys remember 12th standard biology, nervous system, तो उसमें we have neurons, right? तो एक न्यूरॉन में myelin sheath होता है. ठीक है? तो उसमें जो protective covering है, the structure is containing lipid. That lipid is called your sphingomyelin. ठीक है? Glycolipids are lipids attached with carbohydrates by glycosidic bonds. ठीक है? तो लिपिड होता है, कार्बोहाइड्रेट होता है, and both of them together are called glycolipids. So what is the bond between them? Those are the glycosidic bonds. Next is your lipoproteins. These are nothing but their assemblies, ठीक है? Biochemical assemblies which will transport the hydrophobic lipid molecules. ठीक है? Like we know there are n number of lipid molecules which are basically hydrophobic in nature, but they need to be transported all over in the body. So since they're hydrophobic, उनको कुछ तो system, कुछ तो carrier चाहिए जो उनको body में transport करके basically लेके जाएगा, right? So lipoproteins or lipoproteins will do that work. ठीक है? They will enclose those hydrophobic lipid molecules within them, and they will transport them in the blood or in the water which is in our body, and whatever extracellular fluids are present. ठीक है? तो वो उस particular lipid molecule को enclose कर लेगा और उसको transport करके जहाँ जाना है वहाँ उसको body में लेके जाएगा. That is what your lipoproteins do. All right. Okay, this is simple characterization, classification. Lipids simple, fat, salts, and waxes. Complex में है phospholipids, glycolipids, lipoproteins, and derived में है steroids and terpenes. ठीक है? You can definitely go through all of this just as a revision for your personal knowledge. ठीक है? I'm not going into the depth of it because it is not needed for the unit I'm going to teach you guys. ठीक है? Next is enzymes. Since we know enzymes are also made up of proteins, all enzymes are proteins, but all proteins are not enzymes. ठीक है? There are a group of catalysts. So enzymes are also called biocatalysts, right? Functioning in the biological system. They're proteinaceous substances, मतलब protein से बने हुए हैं, produced by the living cell without themselves getting affected. So just like chemical या chemistry में enzyme और catalyst होता है, right? So वो क्या करेगा? It will enhance or increase the rate of reaction. Same work the enzyme also will do. ठीक है? खुद बिना effect हुए it will carry out whatever reaction needs to be done. They enhance the rate of reaction and are formed in the cell under the instructions of genes. Occur in colloidal state and are often produced in inactive form called proenzymes और zymogen. तो जब एक एंजाइम प्रोड्यूस होता है यानी कि एक प्रोटीन जो होता है which is destined or coded to be an enzyme, it is produced in an inactive form. That protein or that enzyme is in an inactive form and it is called a proenzyme or a zymogen. ठीक है, वो प्रोटीन एंजाइम उसके एक्टिव फॉर्म में कब बनेगा? when it comes under the influences like pH, it comes in the interaction with substrate. ठीक है, तो every enzyme has a particular substrate, right? तो जब उसका substrate आएगा उसके इर्द गिर्द आएगा और in contact, that time it will become an enzyme. Then enzymology is a branch of science that will deal with the study of enzymes, right? उसका nomenclature क्या है, what reactions it will catalyze, what are its functions, वो सब चीजें enzymology में पढ़ते हैं. Then enzymes are produced within a cell. ठीक है, अगर एक सेल है उसके अंदर ही अगर वो पर्टिकुलर, हर सेल में न्यूक्लियस होता है, every nucleus will have your DNA, right? तो न्यूक्लियस के अंदर डीएनए होता है. तो if that particular DNA is coding for an enzyme, so it's within the cell for certain metabolic activities. So those enzymes which are produced within our cell, they are called endoenzymes. But those enzymes which are going to act away from the site of synthesis, they are called as exoenzymes. Okay? तो जब एक एंजाइम सेल के अंदर प्रोड्यूस होता है, सेल के अंदर ही उसका काम है, तो इट इज कॉल्ड एंडोएंजाइम. बट अगर उसको प्रोड्यूस सेल में किया है लेकिन उसका काम सेल के बाहर है, ठीक है, कहीं दूर है, तो दोज आर कॉल्ड योर एक्सोएंजाइम्स. ठीक है, जस्ट अ ग्रुप ऑफ एंजाइम्स. ठीक है, कौन से रिएक्शंस वो कैटालाइज करता है और इसके एग्जांपल. ठीक है, वी विल टेक एन एग्जांपल ऑफ द डाइजेस्टिव एंजाइम, दैट इज योर हाइड्रोलेजेस. ठीक है, तो व्हाट इट डज, इट हाइड्रोलाइजेस द सबस्ट्रेट. डाइजेस्टिव एंजाइम है तो हमारे डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम में रहेगा वो, राइट? सो अगेन इट्स अ प्रोटीन. सो हमने देखा था फंक्शन में प्रोटीन्स के, इट इज वन ऑफ इट्स फंक्शंस इज डाइजेशन. ओके, तो कैसे इट विल प्रोड्यूस एन एंजाइम नोन एज हाइड्रोलेज. एंड व्हाट इट विल डू, जो भी फूड हम लोग खाते हैं, ठीक है, उसका जो उसको सबस्ट्रेट रहेगा उस पर्टिकुलर एंजाइम के लिए, उसको वो हाइड्रोलाइज करेगा. तो जो भी एनर्जी, वो सब जो रिएक्शंस है वो वहां पर होंगे. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट इज अनदर एग्जांपल. हम लोग इसका देखेंगे, ट्रांसफरेजेस का देखेंगे. इट विल ट्रांसफर अ स्पेसिफिक ग्रुप फ्रॉम वन सबस्ट्रेट टू अनदर. बाय द नेम इटसेल्फ यू कैन मेक आउट ट्रांसफरेज, यानी वो एंजाइम क्या करेगा, एक ग्रुप को एक सबस्ट्रेट से कहीं और ट्रांसफर करेगा या दूसरे सबस्ट्रेट पे ट्रांसफर करेगा. एग्जांपल इज ट्रांसअमाइनेज. ओके, सिमिलरली देयर इज लाइगेज, joining of two molecules by formation of new bonds. अगर डीएनए रेप्लिकेशन याद है तो उसमें लाइगेजेस का काम होता है, right? So what it will do, it will join two molecules by forming new bonds. For example, citric acid synthetase. Okay, ठीक है. The next is your nucleotides, right? This is a nucleotide. The picture represents a nucleotide. Nitrogen base, pentose sugar and a phosphate group is your nucleotide. Nucleotide is the basic building block of nucleic acids, both DNA and RNA. पता है ना, जेनेटिक मटेरियल डीएनए होता है हमारा, तो उसका जो बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक या फ्रेमवर्क है, it is made up of nucleotide. Now, a sugar plus a base plus a phosphate group makes your nucleotide, है ना? Your sugar plus nitrogenous base plus your phosphate group will make your nucleotide. पेंटोज शुगर कांस्टेंट रहेगा स्पेशली फॉर डीएनए, बट जहां पे नाइट्रोजनस बेस रहता है दैट विल डिपेंड. ठीक है, देन शुगर प्लस अ बेस विदाउट फॉस्फेट ग्रुप इज योर न्यूक्लियोसाइड. ठीक है, दोनों के बीच में डिफरेंस पता होना चाहिए, इट्स वेरी इजी. सो दिस इज व्हाट योर डीएनए लुक्स लाइक. ठीक है, सो कैन इफ यू द नेक्स्ट पिक्चर इफ यू सी, उन्होंने ये सेगमेंट जो है उसको मैग्नीफाई किया हुआ है. And the part in the yellow group is basically your framework. ठीक है, nothing but your nucleotides. ठीक है, and ये जो यहाँ पर है those are your nitrogenous bases. तो ये तुम्हारा pentose sugar and this is your phosphate group. And this outside जो बाहर जो दिख रहा है ये A, T, C, G, those are nothing but your nitrogenous bases. ठीक है, So your DNA is made up of your sugar phosphate backbone, or it is made up of your nucleotides. बराबर? Okay, this is about the nucleotides like thymine, cytosine, adenine and guanine. जो उनको बीच में interlink जो एक दूसरे से bond होते हैं, right? The nitrogenous bases will bond, तब जाके तुम्हारा DNA का helix structure आता है. थोड़ा देखेंगे डेप्थ में हम लोग. ठीक है. So your bases are basically of two types. Purines and pyrimidines होते हैं. We first see the purines. Purines are two carbon nitrogen ring bases. So you can see उसमें दो carbon nitrogen ring bases रहता है. ठीक है. And example क्या है? Adenine and guanine. So purine का जो structure रहता है उसमें दो rings रहता है. But pyrimidines में सिर्फ एक ही ring रहता है. So it is a one carbon nitrogen ring base. Cytosine, thymine, and uracil are the examples for pyrimidines. So AG, adenine, and guanine are your purines, and your pyrimidines are your cytosine, thymine, and uracil. ठीक है. अब यहाँ पे थाइमिन के नीचे डीएनए लिखा है एंड यूरासिल के नीचे आरएनए लिखा है. क्यों? बिकॉज व्हेन योर डीएनए का जो तुम्हारा स्ट्रक्चर जो रहता है उसका पेयरिंग कैसा रहता है? 80 रहता है. दैट इज एडेनिन एंड थाइमिन and CG is your guanine and cytosine. But RNA में कैसा रहता है? It is A and U, that is adenine and uracil and guanine and cytosine. ठीक है. So that is how the pairing of the bases work. Purines में दो rings रहते हैं और pyrimidines में सिर्फ एक ही ring रहता है. There are two purines and there are three pyrimidines. ऐसे याद रखना. This is your DNA basically. DNA का full form क्या है? Deoxyribonucleotide acid. It is a molecule which is composed of two polynucleotide chains that will coil around each other to form a double helix, carrying genetic instructions for the development, functioning, growth, and reproduction of all known organisms and many viruses, right? So DNA is your genetic material. It is present in all the living organisms, right? So it is a double helix structure that's basically coiling around each other, and what the DNA does, it carries your genetic information, right from your features, your characters, your all your genetic codes and everything तुम्हारे DNA में होता है. Okay, so why it is important for the development of an animal or a plant, for its functioning, like to walk, to cry, to sleep, to eat, everything, for its growth and for the reproduction of other organisms and viruses. So the DNA segment that carries the genetic information are called your genes, right? DNA इतना बड़ा तुम्हारा DNA है, right? उसका अगर एक ये इतना segment अगर हम लेते हैं, so that's called your gene. It will definitely carry genetic information. Genes hold the information to build and maintain an organism's cell and pass the genetic traits to the offspring, right? तो हम बोलते हैं कि it's in my genes, उसके genes में है, right? There are certain features that you carry in your genes, like your eyes are too big, your eyes are too small, और क्या होता है, हेयर का टेक्सचर किसी का बहुत कर्ली रहता है, someone has straight है, someone has wavy है. तो all those characteristics that we see in our appearances, height, weight, build and everything, it's all in your genes. ठीक है. वो genetic traits जो होता है वो हमारे genes में होता है, right? Your gene is nothing but a part of your DNA, which is basically carrying genetic information or information which is going to be passed down from the parent to the offspring, that is from one generation to the next generation, right? That's how we look like our parents, because हमारा जो genes है उनसे ही आता है, right? So it is passed down. The information is passed down from the both mother and the father to the offspring. थोड़ा यहाँ से, थोड़ा वहाँ से. It is normally a stretch of DNA. The genes are normally a stretch of DNA that will code for a type of protein or an RNA chain that has a function in the organism. ठीक है, ये थोड़ा सा complex है. So what the DNA का जो एक segment होता है, it's a gene, right? It will code for a particular protein. Okay, not just the proteins like myoglobin or ubiquitin. ठीक है, but there are proteins that are involved in how you look also, ultimately, right? The biomolecules. So every gene will carry a code on which protein will be produced. ठीक है. So DNA is a set of blueprints which is needed to construct other components of cells like proteins and RNA molecules. Just like एक building का construction के लिए blueprint होता है, right? Or a particular facility when it needs to be built, there is a blueprint. The same way the DNA is a blueprint for every individual. The two strands, both the 5' and the 3', अगर याद है तो they run in opposite directions to each other, right? And therefore they are called anti-parallel. The DNA chain, the entire DNA chain is 22 to 26 angstroms wide. यानी कि उसका width कितना है DNA chain का 22 to 26 angstrom. That is roughly between 2.2 to 2.6 nanometers. And one nucleotide like adenine or guanine or cytosine or thymine, उसका लेंथ कितना है? It is just 3.3 angstroms. ठीक है? Next is your RNA. ठीक है? The ribonucleic acid, a polymeric molecule, essential in various biological roles like coding, decoding, regulation and expression of genes. ठीक है? DNA is your genetic material which will carry your genetic information. ठीक है? But ribonucleic acid क्या करता है? Coding करेगा. ठीक है? वो genes को code करेगा. It will form your protein या उसको decode करेगा. ठीक है? Then उसका regulation and expression of genes all comes under the RNA. एक पर्टिकुलर जीन एक्सप्रेस करता है तो उसके पीछे बहुत सारे रिएक्शंस होते हैं. ठीक है? देयर आर मेनी थिंग्स, फैक्टर्स इन्वॉल्व. तो वो सारा काम किसका है? आरएनए का काम है. The central dogma of mol bio or molecular biology suggests that the primary role of RNA is to convert the information stored in the DNA into proteins. Central dogma किसी को याद है? क्या था central dogma? So if you remember the central dogma of life or of molecular biology, उसमें उस रिएक्शन में दिया हुआ है कि आरएनए सिर्फ डीएनए को कन्वर्ट करेगा टू फॉर्म प्रोटीन्स. ठीक है? This is the central dogma of mol bio. So there is your DNA and your RNA and your proteins. So the DNA will undergo transcription to form your RNA, more specifically your mRNA. उसका अगर mRNA का reverse transcription होगा तो वो फिर DNA बनेगा. Right? Your DNA itself will undergo replication, यानी वो DNA खुद के copies बनाएगा. When your mRNA undergoes translation, it will form your proteins. So basically क्या हो रहा है? ये particular DNA का अगर segment है, यहाँ पे जो genes है, ठीक है? If they are transcripted, they will form mRNA. mRNA का translation होकर वो gene will express as a protein. ठीक है? तो आरएनए क्या कर रहा है? बीच में वो जीन को प्रोटीन में कन्वर्ट कर रहा है. The double-stranded genome is used to transcribe a positive stranded RNA by the viral RNA-dependent RNA polymerase. डबल स्ट्रैंडेड आरएनए भी होता है, पता है ना? वायरसेस का जो जेनेटिक मटेरियल होता है, दैट इज योर डबल स्ट्रैंडेड आरएनए या डीएसआरएनए. This is what it looks like. It also has a plus strand and a minus strand, right? So it's a viral genome. तो double stranded viral genome कब यूज होता है? To transcribe a positive RNA strand. ठीक है? इसका जब ट्रांसक्रिप्शन होगा, ठीक है, वो सेपरेट वगैरह होंगे, एंड जो तुम्हारा पॉजिटिव स्ट्रैंड जो बनेगा, ठीक है, इससे वो क्या रहेगा? वो वायरल रहेगा. इट विल बी अ वायरल कंपोनेंट. ठीक है? सो व्हेन इट विल गो, द वायरस विल गो एंड इन्फेक्ट अ ह्यूमन और अ प्लांट और एन एनिमल. जो वायरल डीएनए जाएगा, दैट विल हेल्प मेक कॉपीज, जिससे इन्फेक्शन होगा. तो हाउ इट डज इट? इट इज डन बाय द आरएनए डिपेंडेंट आरएनए पॉलीमरेज. इट इज अगेन एन एंजाइम. ठीक है? सो आरएनए हमारे बॉडी में सिंगल है, सिंगल स्ट्रैंडेड आरएनए होता है, लेकिन वायरसेस में इट इज, और द वायरल जीनोम इज अ डबल स्ट्रैंडेड आरएनए. ओके? Types of RNA, basically mRNA, messenger RNA, rRNA is your ribosomal RNA, and tRNA is your transfer RNA. ठीक है? मैसेंजर आरएनए क्या करेगा? इट विल कोड फॉर प्रोटीन्स. जो हमने सेंट्रल डॉग्मा में जो आरएनए बन रहा है, इट इज योर mRNA which undergoes translation to form proteins. So mRNA is basically coding for your proteins. ठीक है? rRNA is involved in translation. Transfer RNA again in translation. ठीक है? Post transcriptional modification, there is yRNA, there is small nuclear RNA, Then there is a telomerase RNA. ठीक है, they are mostly involved in eukaryotic प्रोसेसेस, ठीक है, जो पोस्ट ट्रांसक्रिप्शनल मॉडिफिकेशंस होते हैं, ठीक है, इसकी टीलोमर ऐड करना, वो यूकैरियोट्स में होता है, प्रोकैरियोट्स में नहीं होता. पता ना, यूकैरियोट्स आर मल्टीसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स एंड प्रोकैरियोट्स आर योर यूनिसेलुलर, ठीक है, बैक्टीरिया वगैरह आता है. यूकैरियोट्स में एनिमल्स, प्लांट्स और हम ह्यूमंस आता है, करेक्ट. तो टेलोमरेज आरएनए इज इन्वॉल्व्ड इन टेलोमरेज सिंथेसिस. YRNA is involved in the DNA replication in animals. It's very small, क्या बोलते हैं, लेंथ का RNA रहता है. And the small nuclear rRNA is involved in splicing and other functions. ठीक है, तो ये सब डेप्थ में पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है, just to know. ठीक है. And then you have your regulatory rRNA that are antisense RNA. They are involved in transcriptional attenuation, mRNA degradation, mRNA stabilization, translational blocks that are present in all the organisms, that is eukaryotes as well as your prokaryotes. Okay. Then we have DNA replication. Okay. DNA replication is nothing but just the copying of itself. ठीक है, ड्यूरिंग सेल डिवीजन. तो डीएनए रेप्लिकेशन कब होता है? सेल डिवीजन के टाइम पर होता है. पता ना, माइटोसिस, मियोसिस. So that at that time the cells undergo division and they will, before it undergoes division, it will go for DNA replication. ठीक है, ताकि जब वो सेल फाइनली डिवाइड होगा, right, the parent cell will divide into two daughter cells. Each daughter cell will have the same DNA or the copy of the parent DNA. DNA replication occurs in all living organisms, acting as a most essential part for biological inheritance. अगर DNA replicate होगा नहीं, the genetic information will not be given, right? It will not be inherited by the offspring. DNA जब replicate होगा, जो information है वो copy होगा, उसके बाद ही वो offspring में जाएगा, बराबर? So it's very important for biological inheritance. When two complementary strands separate, जो अभी यहाँ पे complementary strands है, ठीक है, ये सेपरेट हो गए यहाँ पर. Each parent strand directs the synthesis of new complementary strand, right? I'm sorry, यहाँ पे है तुम्हारा DNA, ठीक है, सुपर कॉइल्ड है ना यहाँ पर, just coiled helix here. तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा कि जब वो डिवाइड होगा, ठीक है, when your DNA strand, your 5' and 3' will divide, will separate, ठीक है, not divide, they will separate. Each 5' and 3' they will act as strands for synthesizing new complementary strands. ठीक है, तो like you can see 5' पे यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है, 3' पे it is the lagging strand, ओकाज़की fragments यहाँ बन रहे हैं, 5' is your leading strand, continuous बनेगा, ठीक है. तो ये जो parent strand है, those are known as your template strands, right? Since they serve as a template for your new complementary strand or the daughter complementary strands. It is semi-conservative. Semi-conservative का मतलब क्या होता है? दो parent strands है, एक पेरेंट में से आधा इंफॉर्मेशन, एक पेरेंट में से आधा इंफॉर्मेशन, तो द इंफॉर्मेशन इज कंजर्व्ड, ठीक है, पूरा का पूरा नहीं ले रहे. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड एज सेमी कंजर्वेटिव और अ सेमी कंजर्वेटिव मॉडल. ठीक है, दिस इज अबाउट ट्रांसक्रिप्शन एंड ट्रांसलेशन. इतना करके वी स्टॉप. ओके, सिंस ट्रांसक्रिप्शन इट इज अ प्रोसेस ऑफ मेकिंग आरएनए कॉपी ऑफ अ जीन सीक्वेंस. ठीक है, DNA undergoes genes जो है वो transcription, it will undergo transcription and it will form your mRNA basically, ठीक है, your messenger RNA, that is your transcription process. अभी यहाँ पे जो template DNA का template strand है, RNA polymerase is the enzyme which is involved in transcription. तो यहाँ पे उसका transcription हो रहा है और यहाँ पे तुम्हारा mRNA बन रहा है, ठीक है. The copy is called the mRNA molecule. It leaves the nucleus, enters the cytoplasm, where it directs the synthesis of proteins, which it encodes. तभी ये सब न्यूक्लियस में हो रहा है यहाँ पर ट्रांसक्रिप्शन, ठीक है. तो वो क्या करेगा, mRNA बन गया, न्यूक्लियस को छोड़ देगा, साइटोप्लाज्म में जाएगा and it will go for the synthesis of the particular protein the gene is coding for. ठीक है. Then है translation. Translation is the process of translating the sequence of a mRNA molecule to sequence of amino acids during protein synthesis. तो ट्रांसलेशन में क्या होता है, यहाँ पर तुम्हारा जो mRNA है, ठीक है, इट जो भी उसका वो डिकोड होगा, इट कंटेन्स अ कोड, इट विल गेट डिकोडेड एंड व्हाट इट विल फॉर्म, इट विल फॉर्म योर अमीनो एसिड्स. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर राइबोसोम में होता है ट्रांसलेशन, राइबोसोम इज इन्वॉल्व इन ट्रांसलेशन। सो वो क्या करेगा, तुम्हारा प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस। सो व्हाट इट विल डू इज इट विल कन्वर्ट योर mRNA, ठीक है, सी इट लीव्स द न्यूक्लियस अटैचेस टू द राइबोसोम, ठीक है, यहाँ पे mRNA विल अटैच टू द राइबोसोम ओवर हियर, एंड द राइबोसोम क्या करेगा, इट विल translate that mRNA sequence to a sequence of amino acids, ठीक है। तो वो अमीनो एसिड्स का अगर लीनियर चेन बनता है दैट विल बी अ प्राइमरी प्रोटीन, राइट। फिर सेम वे अगर वो फोल्ड होगा तो सेकेंडरी टर्शियरी क्वाटरनरी स्ट्रक्चर का प्रोटीन फाइनली वो बनेगा, ठीक है। दैट इज अबाउट ट्रांसलेशन बेसिकली। The genetic code basically describes the relationship between the sequence of base pairs in a gene and the corresponding amino acid sequence that it encodes, ठीक है। तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर एक पर्टिकुलर प्रोटीन या एक जीन, ठीक है, डीएनए का, उसका ट्रांसक्रिप्शन हो गया, एमआरएनए बन गया, उसने एमआरएनए न्यूक्लियस को छोड़ा, it leaves the nucleus, it attaches itself to the ribosome, and now it undergoes translation where that gene will now decode and will form a protein. For example, ubiquitin बनेगा या myoglobin बनेगा, ठीक है, depending on which amino acids are added. वो अमीनो एसिड कैसे ऐड करेगा राइबोसोम, वो सब वो जीन में कोडेड रहता है, यानी कि जो एमआरएनए बनेगा इट विल हैव अ पर्टिकुलर सीक्वेंस, उस सीक्वेंस से वो सब ऐड होगा अमीनो एसिड, ठीक है, एंड फिर फाइनली वो जो सीक्वेंस बनेगा, ठीक है, दैट विल बी योर अमीनो एसिड का सीक्वेंस। फिर वो अमीनो एसिड का आगे क्या होगा वो सब पोस्ट ट्रांसलेशन मॉडिफिकेशंस में होता है, एंड देन फाइनली प्रोटीन बनेगा। ऑलराइट, जस्ट अ जिस्ट ऑफ ट्रांसलेशन, ट्रांसक्रिप्शन एंड ट्रांसलेशन, ज्यादा डेप्थ में नहीं गई हूं मैं, जस्ट सो यू नो व्हाट दीज कंसेप्ट्स आर, ठीक है। ओके, ये हम नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में करेंगे, आई थिंक इट्स इनफ फॉर टुडे, ओके। होप इट इज क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू, ठीक है, सबको समझा है? एनीवन हैज एनी डाउट्स? ओके, इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट्स जस्ट आस्क। ओके, ठीक है, कोई डाउट्स नहीं है तो वील एंड द सेशन हियर, वील कंटिन्यू टुमारो, ठीक है, वेयर वी विल स्टडी अबाउट just some basic terms, and maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow we will start with bioinformatics, ठीक है। complete your assignments and post it before the deadline, all right, चलो ठीक है, bye bye, take care।